Family feuds in NASCAR just got real, and Austin Dillon isn't holding back about the explosive confrontations happening behind closed doors at one of racing's most legendary teams. Following his spectacular triumph at Richmond Raceway, the third-generation driver dropped some serious bombshells about what really goes on when cameras aren't rolling at Richard Childress Racing. And trust me, what he revealed will make you question everything you thought you knew about family-run NASCAR operations. Dillon didn't mince words when describing the heated disputes he's been having with his grandfather and team boss, Richard Childress. "We engage in heated confrontations that escalate to pure exasperation," the driver confessed, painting a picture that's far from the happy family narrative many fans might expect. But here's where it gets controversial. Dillon admits these aren't just minor disagreements. What makes these confrontations particularly complex is the family dynamic at play. Imagine trying to challenge your grandfather's business decisions while maintaining respect for the man who raised you and gave you opportunities most drivers only dream of. It becomes incredibly challenging when he's your grandfather to engage in disputes because you genuinely don't want to create conflict, Dillon explained, revealing the emotional toll these professional disagreements take on their personal relationship. The driver, who's been courageously competing with a fractured rib for the past 3 weeks, talk about dedication, described how he and his brother are essentially staging an intervention of sorts. "There are specific paths we must pursue to propel this organization forward. Understand? I'm continuously pressing him for change. My brother has now joined the effort and is attempting to assist as well. Together, we're trying to shoulder some of his burden as we move ahead." But here's what most people miss. Richard Childress's loyalty might actually be hurting the team's progress. Dillon revealed his grandfather's almost too generous nature. He exhibits loyalty to an almost detrimental degree. He genuinely provides exceptional care for those in his circle. This sounds admirable on the surface, but is unwavering loyalty in professional sports actually a weakness? The most explosive revelation? Dillon admitted there have been complete blowouts and all-out battles between us, as they've clashed over the team's future strategy. Can you imagine the intensity of these confrontations between a NASCAR legend and his determined grandson? And this is the part most people miss. The emotional aftermath of last year's controversial penalty still haunts the Childress family. The 2024 season penalty controversy continues to cast a long shadow over the organization. For those unfamiliar with the drama, Dillon secured a victory by deliberately causing crashes involving 2 competitors, prompting NASCAR officials to remove him from playoff contention. The family's unsuccessful appeal process left lasting scars, particularly on the patriarch. Something I believe genuinely wounded him during last year's Richmond event. Navigating through this entire ordeal was deeply painful because he felt NASCAR somewhat betrayed him. Dillon reflected, offering insight into how the controversy affected the family patriarch. Officials had to make their decision. I moved past it. He struggles to let go of such situations. The emotional weight of that penalty fight was so intense that Dillon broke down in tears during our appeal proceedings while desperately trying to restore the legendary number 3 car to playoff eligibility. This wasn't just about racing. It was about family legacy, pride, and decades of NASCAR history. But here's where it gets controversial again. Was NASCAR's penalty justified? Or did they unfairly target a family operation that's given so much to the sport? Hopefully this victory allows him to rest peacefully once more, because this sport holds special meaning. It has provided our family with livelihood and countless other families with theirs, Dillon said, highlighting how personal stakes extend far beyond individual races. The importance of family solidarity was beautifully demonstrated when cameras captured brother and fellow Cup Series competitor Ty Dillon rushing to embrace Austin immediately after the Richmond victory. These moments remind us that beneath all the professional tensions, genuine family bonds remain strong. For newcomers to NASCAR, understanding Richard Childress Racing's significance is crucial. This organization has been a Cup Series fixture since 1969, claiming 6 championship titles, all achieved with the legendary Dale Earnhardt Sr. behind the wheel, though none since 1994. The team has accumulated 118 Cup Series victories throughout its history, with Austin contributing 6 of those wins. These statistics reveal both the team's incredible legacy and perhaps explain why change feels so urgent to the younger generation. When you're carrying the weight of such history, every decision becomes magnified. Now here's the real question that's got everyone talking. Is Austin Dillon right to push his grandfather toward major changes? Or should he respect the traditional approaches that built this NASCAR dynasty? Are family-run teams inherently more resistant to necessary evolution? Or do they possess advantages that corporate-backed operations lack? What's your take on this family drama? Do you think Austin's aggressive push for change shows disrespect? Or is it exactly what RCR needs to return to championship form? Should family loyalty take precedence over competitive progress? Or is winning the ultimate measure of success in professional racing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This debate is far from over, and your perspective could shed light on whether traditional NASCAR families can adapt to modern racing demands.